All right, guys, welcome back. This is going to be lesson 97 for Algebra 1. The channel's blowing up. I mean, I started with 0 subscribers. Now I have a whole 12. So, you know, pretty soon I'm going to hit the 1,000 mark. This might be the beginning of a YouTube career, you know. Who knows? So I want to shout out everyone who has subscribed and liked. It means a lot. That's why I do it, because obviously I want to become a very famous YouTuber. So I'm well on my way already. But today we're going to talk about graphing linear inequalities. And so, huge disclaimer actually for this lesson. I don't have my graphing calculator yet, and so I have to wait until I get it. There will be a part that you have to do with a calculator. And so for those of you who have older siblings that might be able to help you, try to pursue that. But if they just don't feel like it, then I guess you have to wait until I do it, you know. Can't really force them to teach you if they don't want to, but, you know, if they're nice people, they would do it. But sometimes they might not feel like it, so that's what happens. But, okay, let's actually get into lesson 97, graphing linear inequality. So, these are the examples from example 1. That's A, B, and C. So hopefully you can see them. And so in here in A, we have to check whether this point is a solution to this inequality. That's all we have to do. So remember that this is X and this is Y. And so we're going to put this instead of X and we're going to put this instead of Y. So we're going to say 4 is greater than 5 times 0 minus 1. Right? And so 4 is greater than 0, right? Because 5 times 0 is 0, minus 1 is negative 1. So is 4 greater than negative 1? Yes. So this is a solution. So 0, 4 is a solution for y greater than 5x minus 1. Wow. The second one, with 3 and negative 3. Again, this is x and this is y, and that's literally what we have to do. So we're going to put negative 3 is less than negative 3 times, instead of the x, we put a 3 plus 6. So negative 3 is less than, what is negative 3 times 3? It's going to be negative 9. Negative 9 plus 6. So negative 9 plus 6 is going to be negative 3. Is negative 3 less than negative 3? No. So we're going to say no, comma, 3, negative 3 is not a solution for y less than negative 3x plus 6. Okay? So that is that one. And then the final one, this one, negative 4 and 8. Because we have no x value, we only have a y. This makes it a little bit simpler because we're going to see if 8 is less than or equal to 9. So 8 is less than or equal to 9. Yes. So negative 4, 8 is a solution to y less than or equal to 9. Again, I told you, if you guys actually want me to give you examples, let me know. I will give you examples. But again, if nobody tells me, I'm not going to do it. Okay? So let's move on to example 2. All right, example 2A then. We are actually going to get to the nitty-gritty and actually know how to graph this. So the first thing that you have to do is understand, do you know how to graph a line? Because if you know how to graph a line, I have good news for you. You know about like 90% of how to do this. So it's literally going to be the same thing. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do a table to find points. But I already have a point, okay? And I'm going to tell you what the point is. I'll show you actually so you can see. My first point is when x is 0, because when x is 0, y is going to be negative 3. Yes, that's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that the greater than or equal sign is not even there. I'm going to think of it as an equal sign. And I'm going to graph that line that they give me there. Now I'm going to say that x is going to be 4. And the reason I chose 4 is because when I put 4 here, it's going to be 3/4 times 4. And the 4's will cancel out. And so it would just be 3. And 3 minus 3 is going to be 0. Look at that. I have 2 points. Do I need any more points? No, I don't. That's all you really need to be able to graph a line. So today I'm actually going to graph. And this is my beautiful graph. I have the x, I have the y. And then in here, I'm going to have to go to -3 for y. -3 for y. And 4 for x. 1, 2, 3, 4 for x, right? So 4. So I have -3 and 4. Okay, give me a second. All right, I'm coming back. I was just looking for the smallest ruler I could probably find, and this is probably one that I could fit in my pocket. So I decided to go with this one. I'll show you how I can fit it in my pocket later. You know, it goes right next to my pocket Bible. And so that would be the line. Now, there is going to be something that you have to know. If this is going to be greater than or equal, that, okay, so now what do we do with this part, right? Because this is, I drew a line, but this is not the inequality. And you're right, this is not the inequality. I just drew the line. So if it was going to be greater than or equal to, what happens is that I'm going to leave the line solid because the line could also be part of the solution. But if it was only greater than, then I would have to dash it. So I'm going to do first greater than and equal to, and then I'm going to do greater than, only greater than. So now that I did it like this, now I have to choose, and this is how you do it manually. You have to choose a point both to the left of the curve and to the right. So to the left and to the right. So I'm going to choose the easiest point I can, and that's going to be 0, 0 to the left. And if that doesn't work, then I have to choose another point here, and I could choose 5, 0. Okay, so I'm going to start with 0, 0. So what happens if I put 0, 0 into my inequality? So it's going to be 0. Sorry, I already wrote that. But 0 is greater than or equal to 3/4 of 0 minus 3. Okay, so is 0 greater than or equal to -3? I believe that is. All right, what if we do the other way around? So if we say 5, 0, because I told you that we would try that point right there, 5. So 5, 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 3/4 of 5 minus 3. Well, 3/4 of 5 is going to be 15/4. 15/4 is going to be 3 3/4. Right? Yes, I'm right. 3 3/4. And 3 3/4 minus 3 is going to just be 3/4. Is 0 greater than 3/4? No, that's wrong. And so I know that because this one's right, 0, 0, I'm going to say that my answer is going to be everything, absolutely everything that goes to the left of that line. Okay, that would be my answer. That would be my graph. Yes, you do have to do the little lines because the lines are actually, or this thing, you can shade it too, but with the shading, some of you get really messy. I mean, some of you are really messy as it is. So I don't want to be having to grade a thing that is super messy. So just leave it as that. Now, what happens if I say that it's only greater? Well, if it's only greater, what I'm going to do with this line is I'm going to dash it. It's going to be the same answer, except it cannot be part of the line. So the part of the line is like when we have an inequality and then you have to leave this circle open. The line, we can't leave it open, but we're going to dash it. So the line, the circle being open means the line being dashed. The circle being closed or filled in means the line is going to stay there. And that is going to be the first part of example 2. And I'm almost done with this lesson. All right, for the second part of example 2. So, I don't know if you even noticed, but I put the ruler in my pocket. I told you it was my pocket ruler. You could barely tell. I told you it's one of the ones that I probably could carry around at, you know, when I'm walking or something. So to be able to graph this line, obviously you have to know how to graph this. So the first thing that we're going to do, because it's not just a y equals, it's just an x equals, is we're going to graph, right? So we're going to put the x, and then we're going to put the y. So then x is less than 4. So we have to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put the 4 there, and then wham! Yes, I know. Where did I get this ruler from? Told you, pocket ruler. And so once you put it right here, and you go boom, 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 you mark it all the way up. And why is it dashed? The reason it's dashed is because, let me put this away really quickly out of the way so that you can't see it anymore. You know where did it go? Nobody knows. So the reason it's dashed is because this is less than, okay? So because it's less than, what's going to happen is that it has to be dashed because it cannot be part of it. Now we have to actually determine, is it going to be shaded to the right or to the left? So I'm going to, again, choose 0, 0, because 0, 0 is so easy, right? And so I'm going to say is 0, 0, right? So is 0 less than 4? What do you know? 0 is less than 4. And so what happens is that because 0 is less than 4, I think it's going to go to the left. But we have to always check, all right? Don't be lazy. You have to check. Don't be lazy. So you have to try to 5, 0, right? So 5, 0. Because this is x and this is y, and this is x and this is y, right? And so we're going to put 5 instead of x, for x is less than 4. So 5 is less than 4. No, 5 is not less than 4. If I told you that I had 4 subscribers and now I have 5, obviously that's a lie because I have 12. But 5 is greater than 4. And so I would rather have 5 subscribers than 4 because, you know, I'm making it in YouTube now. All right, so then we're going to shade it here. Bam. And what do you know? I'm done with my example and with my graph because that's it. So as I told you, I don't have a graphing calculator, so I can't do the third one, but try to go over what the book says. And if you can't get it, then too bad for you. No, I'm just kidding. But really, am I? I'm going to try to get a calculator soon enough. But if I can't, then, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that was it for lesson 97 for Algebra 1. Thank you so much for your huge support. Obviously, this channel is growing so much. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, you know. And I would like to thank all my likers, commenters, subscribers. And, you know, merch is coming soon. Yeah, right. But I'll see you later.